Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hobart begins now.
Good evening, everyone. First tonight, a Christmas tragedy. A 14-year-old boy has died after a horror motorcycle crash in Claremont. Tributes for the teenager have begun to flow as police continue investigations into the cause of the incident.
Emotional tributes for a boy described as larger than life. Flowers, balloons and messages left on the side of this Claremont street, where last night a teenager died after a tragic motorcycle crash.
It's a terrible incident and it's shocking that a 14-year-old has lost his life on Christmas Day.
Residents on Hobart Road reported hearing a loud bang, rushing from their homes in an effort to help.
Around 9:30 p.m, emergency services arrived and found a 14-year-old youth who was subsequently deceased as a result of the accident.
It's believed the Chigwell boy was visiting friends in the area prior to the incident. Police say the motorcycle was removed from the scene before emergency services arrived.
It's very serious that a motorcycle was taken prior to emergency service arrival. We want information as to what actually occurred from the members of the public to try and piece this together for closure for his family.
Afternoon, police say the bike was surrendered at the Glenorchy police station. A young life taken far too soon. Meg Sides, 7 Tasmania News.
A man has been charged after allegedly assaulting a police officer in Launceston. The 28-year-old Waverley man is accused of evading authorities multiple times, as well as allegedly driving at a police motorcyclist. He was arrested in Ravenswood yesterday afternoon and has since been charged with a dozen offences. 2 Tasmanians have been forced to cling to a log for safety after their kayak capsized in floodwaters. The Westpac helicopter, along with surf life-saving crew, were deployed to rescue the stranded pair from the South Esk River near Longford. Police say it was a lucky escape in challenging conditions.
Floodwaters, the river levels are elevated, the current's fast, it's unpredictable, it's dangerous. Stay out of them.
All were relatively unharmed in the drama, and thankfully all were wearing life jackets. It's the biggest sale event of the year, but this Boxing Day was busier than most. Lines stretched down the street as stores reached capacity. Tasmanians turning out in droves, hoping to bag a bargain.
Bumper crowds around the state. For bargain hunters, there's only one way to describe this year's Boxing Day sales.
Very busy. I wasn't expecting it to be this busy.
It's a lot busier than we thought it would be.
A bit busy though, a lot of people and a lot of lines.
It's definitely a bit more busier, but everything is still keeping in line with COVID. Everything's really good, the lines, everything like that.
Described by the business community as the busiest in years.
I think the Boxing Day sales have exceeded everybody's expectations and probably will break history records.
Shoppers not deterred by the lines, patiently waiting their turn as stores work to keep up with demand.
We've been flat out, we've had lines out the door most of the day, about 30 people deep.
Been pretty consistent all day, even from 7 a.m. this morning. There were people out and about in the mall.
The Spotted Quoll convinced to open early for the crowds.
So we open usually 10 to 4 on a Saturday and we had people waiting at the door. We had people sort of looking at us, waiting for us to open, which was fabulous.
These boys going above and beyond to get the best deal, travelling to Hobart from Launceston for the occasion.
Just thought make a trip out of it. Got the hotel going on, got the boys here, we'll go out for a couple of beers, we'll be right.
Absolutely. It's got a bit of Christmas money, so we thought we'd come through and spend it and enjoy our time as mates, and yeah, festive season, here we come.
Others just dragged along for the ride.
I'm a bit of a draft horse, I just carry the bags.
But today, everyone walked away with a bargain.
Some pyjamas actually, got some matchings, so went to P&A and yeah.
I have brought a Deadpool Pophead figure.
Been shopping a lot, getting lots of clothes and all that, because all the sales, big, so saving a lot of money. Not spending, saving.
Meg Sides, 7 Tasmania News.
A booking-free Hobart COVID testing clinic will revert back to an appointment-only system following a huge 2 days of testing. More than 1,200 tests were conducted statewide in the past 48 hours alone. However, the government has conceded that high demand at the Hobart clinic created traffic chaos on neighbouring streets.
So these changes are about making it convenient for Tasmanians and getting their tests done as quickly as possible.
The Health Minister says it's important to keep testing numbers high amid the outbreak in New South Wales. Hundreds of people have gone through the Mona Gates again, which today reopened to the public for the first time in 9 months. The man behind the museum and art gallery putting his personal collection on display, also committing to showcasing more local talent.
A welcome sight for one of Tasmania's most iconic landmarks. Hundreds of people disembarking from the Mona Ferry, returning to the gallery for the first time since March.
Yeah, it felt like a bit of an estate, so it was, but I'm sick of it being an estate. It needs to be, public property again.
It's a really fun place to come to and be amongst the art and all of the displays and the wine and the food.
Second time at Mona, so I was here last November and it was amazing, so I'm really excited to see what's changed since then.
From sculptures to water droplets through to a hall of mirrors, there was something for everyone to enjoy. Also on show, a peek into the private collection of David Walsh.
We really wanted to amplify the fact that this is David Walsh's home, and in a way the museum and the whole site is kind of a reflection of him.
The grounds reflecting a changed world, with social distancing measures in place. Coronavirus also shifting the focus of the gallery back onto Tasmania's art scene.
Mona had a sort of a global aspect to it, but now I'm sort of thinking about community, so we're looking inwards.
The reopening also positive news for hundreds of staff reliant on the venue for income.
But most of our 400 plus staff have been either stood down on JobKeeper, unfortunately, or been working from home on reduced hours.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmanians are being urged to stay safe around roadworks during the holiday period. The Civil Contractors Federation says staff are preparing for an increase in cars on the road over the next few weeks. They're urging drivers to follow directions around the sites to keep themselves and workers safe.
They're sort of all been trained to watch out for traffic, but they're relying on the traffic to be following the road speeds and to be sort of paying extra attention as they work their way through the roads.
More than 10 roadwork sites are currently active across the state. This year's Launceston to Hobart yacht race is shaping up as the biggest in 13 years as nervous crews finalise preparations. Organisers say competitors are itching to set sail after more than a year in exile.
Within the last 7 days, the Tasmanian sailing fraternity has been riding a wave of emotion.
Oh, up and down. The news that the Sydney race is cancelled is a disappointment.
But in choppy seas, they have a new focus, their own great race.
Basically, yachties, I think, are wanting to get out this summer, this Christmas, and a lot of them are actually supporting the Launceston to Hobart.
The biggest field since 2007, all Tasmanian bar one. Justin Barr is among them, returning to the competitive circuit after pulling up anchor for 2 years.
It's really interesting. There's a lot of different things involved, tides and weather conditions to deal with.
He's now fine-tuning preparations ahead of the journey, 288 nautical miles long.
Basically trying to get all our food on board, running all our ropes and everything, getting all our sails organised, getting people's bedding organised, where they're going to sleep.
The weather forecast favourable, but those in charge say navigating Bass Strait is never an easy beast.
This race offers an enormous number of challenges. They don't get the tides right, they spend a bit of time waiting, predicting areas of lack of wind.
Mini Maxi Alive is considered a favourite, not only to win but to break the race record. The fleet will set sail from Beauty Point tomorrow morning. Garth Burley, 7 Tasmania News.
The Hobart Hurricanes are set to unleash their marquee signing when they face the Brisbane Heat tomorrow night. David Marlan has been selected and is expected to add firepower to the Hurricanes' top order. The Englishman is the world's #1 T20 batsman, with teammates excited about his potential.
He's been great smacking the ball in the nets as well, and just watching the other boys watch him and how excited they are to see him bat and hopefully learn.
I think he just brings another quality player who's keen to do well for us and can make hundreds.
You can see the match on 7 Tasmania from 7 p.m. tomorrow.
Good evening, everyone. 23 degrees in Hobart today, Launceston 21, 19 in Devonport and Burnie a top of 17. Around the state, Straw on the top with 25 degrees, Bushy Park 24, 23 in Grove, the Islands both 21, Low Head 17 and just 11 in Lyowini. Cloudy skies can be seen over the northern half of the state today, with scattered cloud developing over the rest of the state during the afternoon. Further out, a frontal cloud band is approaching the south of Western Australia with an area of prefrontal thunderstorm activity extending to South Australia. Tomorrow's chart shows the cold front approaching the west of Tasmania, southeastern South Australia and southwestern Victoria. High pressure systems lie to the east and west of that cold front. North to northeasterly winds tomorrow 15 to 25 knots, grading 20 to 30 knots about the east and increasing in the west also. And there is a strong wind warning current for all Tasmanian coastal waters, including all southeast inshore waters except the Derwent estuary. Rain increasing but still warm in the south tomorrow, with Hobart and Ouse reaching 28, 29 in Richmond. Rain throughout the north as well, with Launceston a top of 27, 21 in Devonport, Deloraine 22. 20 degrees in Burnie tomorrow, Strawn, rain and 25, 22 in Curry. And in the east, rain throughout with 24 in St Helens, Swansea 27 and Whitemark reaching 26. And the UV tomorrow is extreme across the state, with sunset expected at 8:49 p.m. Looking on to Monday now, showers about the west and far south, clearing by late afternoon. Showers about western and southern areas on Tuesday, but fine elsewhere. And on Wednesday, showers about western, central and southern areas, extending to the east coast in the afternoon. Mostly sunny in Perth tomorrow, 29 in Adelaide, mostly sunny and 32 in Canberra and 32 in Cairns and Darwin. And currently Hobart 23 and partly cloudy, cloudy and 17 in Launceston and Devonport 16 and mostly cloudy. And I hope you all had a happy and safe Christmas. Lou?
And to you too, Chelsea, thank you. That's all your news for this Boxing Day evening. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.